Over the past few seasons, Coachman's vision has established itself as the manufacturer's family range, with the upmarket VIP and Pastiche taking care of the traditional couples market. And for 2017, it's really reinforcing that position. With this, it's the new Vision 630. It costs about £20,000, but if you're willing to fork out an extra £500, you can make it look a little bit more stylish by adding a panoramic front sunroof. This one here doesn't have it fitted, but I'm sure it's going to be a popular option. On the outside, you will notice that this is Coachman's entry-level model, so we haven't got any ATC and no external frippery such as gas barbecue point or indeed any external locker hatches. But of course this is a Coachman, so they're majoring on quality and style. The key thing that hits you when you get on board the 630 is just how spacious it feels. Now this model isn't 8 foot wide like its key rival, the eldest Avante 866, but it still feels really airy and really roomy. The lounge area here is plenty spacious enough for 5 people, the 5 berths that it's got. You could probably have a guest or 2 along as well, particularly if you opt for the wraparound seating up the front here instead of the front chest. Although then you'll be losing out on some rather good storage. There are 2 deep drawers in the front chest here. As well as that, there's a huge bed box on the near side and a good sized one here on the off side, although it is partly occupied by the consumer unit and the boiler. Unfortunately, there are no drop down flaps to give you access to those when there are people on the seats, but otherwise there's little to complain about. Overhead we've got 4 lockers, and they're a new design for 2017 with this sort of cranked finish, which is designed to give it a bit more internal volume without having to intrude too much into the headroom of the caravan. And of course up here you've got the traditional Coachman shelf, which has got a plug socket above. It's a really nice idea so that when you're on site you can have all your knickknacks on show. Now one of the best things about this lounge area, and experienced caravanners will really appreciate this, is you can sit back and relax, and your TV is perfectly placed on a neat little lowered sideboard that's just the right height, so you haven't got to crane your neck to watch. One of the great advantages of the 630 is that you can leave that front bed made up in the morning. As long as you scoosh up, this extra wide dinette's just about roomy enough if you've got little kids. And it means that you haven't got the faff of breaking the bed before breakfast, which is always a result. At night, of course, this forms a very teenager-friendly bed. It's a good length and nice and wide. And for an extra £295, you can specify a fold-out bunk here to turn this van into a 6-berth. To make the bed, you simply take the table, drop it down, and scoosh down the cushions. And that takes us over to the kitchen. There's just masses of storage in this kitchen. We've got a couple of big overhead cupboards, a large cupboard beneath, and this really pleasingly domestic-sized drawer with a cutlery tray. There are 2 more cupboards beneath that. There's a pan drawer beneath the separate oven and grill, which of course is beneath the obligatory dual-fuel hob. There's masses of worktop space here too, and even more if you take away the removable sink drainer. Need more? Well, pop down the glass lid on top of the sink, and that's an extra space to put your chopping board. I really like these new splashbacks. They're very smart indeed. And there's a good sized window here. If I do have a quibble, as ever, it's with the microwave sitting really quite high and directly over the hob. In the corner here, we've got a large slimline refrigerator with a removable freezer compartment. And in the very far corner, storage for not 1 but 2 freestanding tables for your lounge area. It's a little bit of a hike, but reasonably accessible. And of course, on the other side, here's the reason why kids and families are going to love this van. These bunk beds are a really generous size, and there's a little bit of privacy for them to hide in the corner and read their books. If you need a bit more privacy, well, you simply unpop this little curtain and slide it around for your own enclosed sleeping pod. At the bottom, the bunk lifts up on a gas strut, and there's a generous amount of storage space beneath, and that just leaves the washroom. One of the great advantages of the 630 being a twin axle is it means that there's masses of room for a proper family bathroom. And this is a really great space. There's room enough for one person to be brushing their teeth while someone else takes a shower in that fantastic shower cubicle. It's just huge, and it's even got a couple of shelves for your soaps and shampoos. Great to see. It's also good to see a large smoked window above the loo, which means it should be nice and bright in here, thanks to that and the overhead roof light. There's also a huge wardrobe, plenty of hanging space, and beneath it there's even a couple of drawers for your pants and socks. Coachman has kept the weight of this twin-axle model impressively low, with an MTPLM of 1,669 kilos. And with that luxurious interior, it's confident about how the market will take to the new Vision 630. So confident, in fact, that the managing director has just bought one. Now that's what I call putting your money where your mouth is.